My name is Nomad Navi, and I am a music producer from the Bay Area, and sometimes I DJ. It's a combination of synthwave, electronic music, all wrapped under the rhythm of mid-tempo. Still danceable with a bit of nostalgia. I got into DJing and music production because of my uncle. He gave me one of those electronic keyboards when I was like maybe 13 years old, with hopes that I would learn how to play piano. Instead, I would just flip through the presets on the keyboard and just mess around with sounds and the drum kits that were on there, and that eventually evolved into making my own music. I've always been inspired by musicians. From like a very young age, I would be so amazed at how a group of people can come together, play instruments, and all combine it into a song. When I found out or discovered that you can do that on your computer, I was just immediately hooked. Kind of like a love at first sight kind of thing. I was so immersed in that, and nothing had ever like drawn my attention so much than music. So the best way to describe my sound or the vision I'm going for is making a soundtrack for your dystopian reality. Really dark melodies, very mysterious noises in the background, still with the rhythm that's danceable too. I think early on, like Daft Punk was a big one. You know, they're legends in the electronic music scene, and some early producers were Benny Benassi, deadmau5, Cascade. Lorne is a pretty big inspiration behind a lot of the stuff I'm making now. In terms of like the name Nomad Navi, in high school, I was kind of a floater. I had friends and, you know, I wasn't an outcast or anything, but I never really had a set group of friends. It was kind of like I went everywhere. You know, I kind of felt like a wanderer, right? That's where that name Nomad came from. The Navi part, I don't really like to tell people because, you know, when they figure out where it comes from, it's kind of like a light bulb goes off in their head, but it's not too hard to figure out. I think if you kind of think about it a little bit, you'll be able to see where I came up with it. I think the main message I'm trying to convey is the future is bright. I say that with a bit of irony. Although like the music I make is not, you know, it's subjective, so everybody feels how they want about it. But when I'm making music, I always like to incorporate heavy symbolism into it. So maybe in some song it might be dark and the visuals I put behind it are dark. Like for example, the song Rush that I released is a whole look into the future, into like a future of like everybody is, you know, on the go. They're too busy, they're at work, they're working too hard. Food is no longer like something people can sit down and enjoy because they're so busy. So the whole symbolism behind Rush was like, oh, you don't have enough time to eat or to grab a meal or sit down. Here's this can of substance that you can drink and get you on your way. And so it was really fun to put that together, and the song, you know, was built around that idea. I definitely want to put out something bigger, whether that's an album or another experience of some sort. I see myself doing something that really resonates with my listeners now, because, you know, there's nothing wrong with putting out single after single, but I think it's time to do something bigger, to really challenge myself, to really put a central theme over the vision and just create a better experience. So does that mean like more shows? Does that mean an album? Does that mean both? All I know is that it's going to be one, or if not all of those things.